Hello. Oh, this. Hello everyone. Good afternoon, evening, or morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently February 4th, 2022, otherwise known as my 23rd birthday. It is also Codename Conqueror's 560th day in development, and I am not only excited for my birthday. That's why I'm dressed up. I love dressing up, by the way. I just want to do it more often. So I'm trying to give myself more excuses to dress up often. So this is one of those times when I'm like, you know what? I really just want to dress up. I don't want to like go with some random jeans or whatever. That's for every other day. But today I want to go in nice. I have a coat in there that I'm also gonna use. Um, quick highlight. Look at the Eldridge knot, right? Look at the Eldridge. I'm gonna see if you can really see it. Two tries. Took two tries. It's a hard knot. It's a hard knot. But I'm not a Windsor guy. I'm not a half Windsor guy. I'm an Eldridge kind of guy. Um, I also have a Master Sword tie clip. It shouldn't technically be here. It should technically be between the third and fourth button. Whoopsies. It should be between the third and fourth button. However, comma, then no one would see it behind the vest, and I'm kind of gonna forego that one fashion rule so that people can see. Or there's some clause that I don't know about between vests. Anyway, so I also wanted to give this update video on Conqueror, as in I finished the beta. I was gonna say it in a more triumphant way or a more um, I don't know, just more announcement-esque, but I finished the beta. I figured out the last of the few little kinks here or there. Um, and I can now run a full double elimination bracket wherever I go between 0 and or 4 and 32 players. Of course, I'm gonna have to increase that to the full 64 I planned on. Um, so yeah, the only thing, the only things I need left are um, inputting more data into the event. So if you want to add a logo or add a banner or add complicated rule set or descriptions or what have you, then you can do that. I didn't add that yet because it's kind of like a half step where it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter, but like it's not exactly difficult. It'll take me a day to do it, but it'll take me like a day to just do it nicely. And I was focusing on doing the bracket thing, which is more important. So I'm going to spend time, not today, because actually I thought I was gonna say not today because I don't want to work on my birthday, but I already did. Whoops. Yes, I work on Conqueror even on my birthday because this is what I like to do. So there's the that information posting onto Conqueror, onto an event. I have I have to make a guest account on Expo. So how it works is Expo is the app I use to test my app. So you download Expo, you scan the QR code, and it runs the development testing. So you can see all the changes in real time. So the problem with that is it only works for Android. It does work for iPhone, but you have to do something kind of specific. You have to make an account on Expo and use that account to sign in and then scan the QR code. It's a whole hassle. One of my friends tested it with me who has an iPhone. So I found a method that does work, but that means I have to make a guest account, if you will. I was considering like having every single beta tester make their own account on Expo and then like test the app there. But I was like, why do that? Why make it so difficult for my beta testers, especially when they're like, what if I talk to some high level player, say MKLeo, best player in the world, and I say, hey, can you try this out? And I ask him to make an account on a website called Expo that looks sketchy. Like, I don't want to do that. But how about instead I say, here's the login information for a random guest account. I'm gonna literally call it like beta tester guest, and the password's gonna be I'm a beta tester or something stupid like that. Um, and then they could just sign in with that information, and then they're good to go. So that's my goal. So I have to make a guest account for Expo. I have to update the putting in information on an event. And number three is a tie between posting data onto the server, which is Not something I need to focus on, but it's something I'd like to do if I have time. Because I do think I'll have time. And number four, which is technically number three if I can't post information to the server, um, would be I forgot already. Oh, more events to look at as like a sample, right? So right now the server is like say four events. One of them is a fully fleshed out event of everything is just there. The other three are just not there. Like they're just not. So I'm going to make it so it's like four full events, full each different events that you can look at to get a taste for how viewing different events can go. And then you can create an event, and then you could post that event onto the server and see your event there. I think that'll be like totally finished beta. I'm still waiting on state data, which is something that I have to get into contact with every single TO that I can, or every single notable TO from as many states as possible to get their information to put it on the app. But that's not exactly in my control. That's up to the people I talk to. I have a meeting on Monday to discuss things further. And then I took it upon myself to make a list. This is actually one of the things I did today, was I made a list of everything I needed to do in regards of bugs and fixes. I'm talking like small things, like things like um, error checking, making sure that if I'm reporting a score, I can't just exactly put instead of 2-0, what if somebody puts 2-1? That's okay. That can't happen specifically because I limited the characters of response to one, so you can only input one character. But what if somebody puts period and hyphen? That's not a number. I need to make sure to check that and make sure to say, hey, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. Number only. Um, that's like a small thing, but it's an important thing, but it's a small thing. Um, Stuff like formatting issues, things that irk me, the handle of the panning and zooming, things that irk me essentially, that I just don't like or want to fix and like iron out that is gonna be a week of just bugs and fixes and whatnot, and making everything more polished. And then once that is done, I'm going to be happy with my beta. I'm gonna have event creation, event posting. I'm gonna have a server. I'm gonna have some testing. I'm gonna have some demo events to view. Everything's gonna be jolly and good. Um, that's when I'll distribute it to players and personalities and TOs and all that jazz. The upper echelon of the community. That's when I'll give it to them and see what they think. And then I'll collect their feedback and I'll move forward. Because I'll be honest with you, I could not imagine moving forward. For the longest of time, I didn't think I'd get here. Remember? It's weird how every single time I make an update video, I never remember the last update video, the most recent one. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I remember like the clip notes. But I do remember, however, one of the very early ones because I like to watch them every now and then to give myself a laugh. When I was talking about my 6-step plan, if you guys remember this, the 6-step plan was like learn the coding language, or no, learn how to make an app, learn the coding language involved to make that app, make the number guessing game, code the number guessing game, just with that language, code a number guessing game as an app. Wait, no, I think I like created an extra step. Anyway, make the number guessing game as an app. That was the step. Codename Conqueror beta, and then Codename Conqueror. Something like that. Something along those lines. So, I am finally past step number 5. I have a Codename Conqueror beta. A good beta at that. Which is astounding. Which I never thought I'd actually get here. I did not think I'd actually get here. I thought maybe I'd give up or some roadblocks along the way would get in my way, but it just didn't happen. I just persevered. I just kept going. I had fun with it. And so now, I didn't like I keep mentioning I didn't think I'd get here. I keep looking back and like, wow, I actually have just one more step. I have a finished beta. I have a practically finished beta. There are some bugs and stuff, and like I just discussed, I could fix that within the next week. or I can iron them out in the next week. But like, yeah, this is looking pretty close to what it's probably gonna look like finalized, like published on the App Store, which is really exciting. It's really, I want to say hopeful. Yeah, yeah. There's a point I wanted to get at. It was, I have most of it done. I just have to, in terms of the grand scheme of things, finish the state data, actually have a server that I can post and request information from, like my own server that I have to pay money for space. Um, and uh, I wanted player profiles, so I wanted a page specifically for MKLeo, ESAM, Light, Mars, Goblin, Void, etc., etc. Coney even as a commentator, content creator too. So I wanted to do stuff like that. Um, I don't know if that's still in the works. I even have a button dedicated for Search Conqueror so that you can search for players. But right now, it's like I don't have that, which is sad because like that was one of the main objectives of Conqueror, and I don't have anything remotely like it, which I need to change. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think I need to have that in the beta. Um, so yeah, that is definitely a must, especially for the final. Like, cause I need to like see someone in my pool, like Flying Fish. Shout out to Flying Fish. Um, and I need to search him on Conqueror Flying Fish, and I should come up with either his player profile if I happen to make it, um, or his PR ranking in the subregion that he's in. Like it'll if I search up Flying Fish, it should show me Florida and the subregion of Florida he's in. I actually forget. Um, or in addition to that, I need to also figure out how are the player profiles going to be made. Is it based off the account that is doing it, right? Like if I make an account and that account starts winning a bunch of tournaments, is that account then therefore going to be making its own profile page based off its results? Or is it strictly I make all of them? Because that'll be a lot of work. I'd like to automate it if possible, but similar to like a Smash Wiki kind of thing, I think I'd have to give it control to like a select few people. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I really don't. The more I think about it, the more I think it's just not feasible, and I have to do something manually, and then, therefore, if I have to do it manually, I have to like dumb it down, like player profiles for only like the top 50 PGR, something like that. I don't know. I hope to make it better. Anyway, lastly, is creating a full event. So I have the speed bracket. So if you want to create an event like within 2 minutes, and I also need a full event. So I need to all the bells and whistles. So when people register, people want to look at the attendees, the seating, different multiple brackets, brackets with pools and waves and all that jazz. Um, a lot of the TO requests were if I have a series like Vortex Smash Weekly, which is every Wednesday in Daytona Beach, um, home to players like myself, then I want to make another Vortex Weekly. I create an event, create a full event, and then just tap a box that says, this is a addition to the series of Vortex, and it'll automatically just port all that data over, you know? It'll port all the rule sets, the brackets, the descriptions, the logos, the graphics, everything, except for the attendees. Everything except for the attendees. That's what I want. So when people make weeklies every single week, it's extremely easy to just make an event, extend off of X series or Y series, and then boom, you're done. And then just post it. Easy as that. That's my objective. And right now I have nothing like that. However, when I say I have nothing like that yet and I only made the speed bracket, that's fine because where's my type? Oh, wrong way. Is it wrong way? Yeah, it is very wrong way. Okay. Because I finished everything else. I finished everything else about the app. Well, most everything, because I still have to make like the accounts and all that just like the user accounts. But I finished most of it. So I have very like the bracket portion was like 80% of this app. 80% of my time was making that bracket as intuitive and as clean as possible. Sure, it's not the cleanest, and it will be cleaner in the future when I have more feedback and ideas, because I'm out of ideas. But there's not much left to do, because like creating a full event is probably going to copy a lot of the same UI as the speed bracket. And that's why I did the speed bracket first primarily, was because I wanted to practice how I would go about creating an event. And now that I have a better idea, like, yeah, I can see it. Like, I can reasonably see this app being done in 3 months. Like, 3 months later, when it's like, yeah, I send out the beta, I get feedback, I work for a while. Like, a month will be focused on creating a full event, maybe a month and a half. Another month on building a server or what have you. Another month on touch-ups and implementing beta feedback and all that jazz. I say that phrase all the time, I'm sorry. All that jazz. It's just, I like it. So I can reasonably see it being done in 3 months. That, if I work hard, even sooner. And I am a hard worker. So, sooner the better, of course. And I'm just so happy with how far I've come. I'm just so happy with how far I've come. It just seems so feasible now. It just seems so close. Like, it doesn't seem real yet that I am this close. I'm like 8 of 10 there, 80%, and I'm like, wow, there's only 20% left. There's 2 things left to do. Like one 10%, one 10%, and then I'm just publish it and it's done. I'm so close to actually publishing my announcement video or my announcement stream on Twitch or what have you. Like, it's almost done. Yeah. And then everything else is just touch-ups and maintenance and yeah. And like marketing myself to like get people to hire me for maintaining the app. I didn't expect to get this far. I'll be honest. But here I am. So I'm gonna make the most of it. Um, I'm a hard worker, so I'm gonna get this job done as soon as possible and as well as possible. I'm a perfectionist, but of course, um, there's a phrase. I've adapted to this phrase over the years, and it's now become my motto, my personal motto. So at first it was, um, for my late mentor, um, there is no such thing as perfection, but in striving for perfection, we reach excellence. Uh, I've I still live by that, and I try to live like that, where I try to be perfect, but I know I can't be perfect, but that's okay because by trying to be perfect, you just reach excellence. You just be excellent in everything that you do, which that's the goal. Uh, but I have adapted to that because I like the idea is you want to reach perfection, but you have to be okay with the fact that that's not technically possible to be perfect. And perfect is still subjective. So I think something is perfect, someone else might not be. Um, so I adapted it that the whole point is not so much the end goal, but keeping yourself on track in the process. So my personal motto, progress, not perfection. It's all about learning and taking your time with it. You don't need to be perfect right off the bat. Try your hardest. And at the end of the day, all that matters is that you made progress. Because your goal, your objective should always be progress, not perfection. And with that, until next time.